Hello crafty family, I'm here to share the Paperclip mini book tutorial with you. This is a die that's from Scrap Diva Designs. It is available through a link down below, and if you use the code URBAN10 you can save 10% on your entire purchase. The book I created is facing upright. It's kind of a cool thing about this book is it can face sideways, down, or up, and my book also has 5 pages in it, including the covers. So that means that I cut out 5 of the foundation pieces and 10 of the covers, like the background, the matting, whatever you want to call it. And then there's also the layering pieces that you can put on there, and I chose to make some pockets, a belly band, and then just some journaling spots for it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cover each of the layering pieces, the foundation piece, with the layering pieces. And I'm only going to do one because, oh my goodness, do you really need to watch me do this 5 times over? I don't think so. So just one quick, I'm putting glue on both sides and then just making sure to burnish the little lacy edges down, matching them up carefully, and then just letting them set. So that's stage 1 of this whole project, is just getting all of those pieces covered. So here we are with all 5 of my pages ready to go. And I started doing this, putting the little layering piece on the bottom, but then I remembered that I need to have all of my pockets on there before I do all of that stuff, and it was okay that I did that because this was the cover. The next page has a little paper clip that I am putting on there, and so all you need to do is put a little hole, put a little paper clip, and then glue the little layering piece on top, and then you have a place to attach like a picture or something very easily. And then I'm going to add my little lacy bottom part that covers the bottom edge. Sometimes, just the way I did it, sometimes the little lacy piece didn't cover enough of the bottom, the purple part, the part that's the page that glues down, and so I would layer it up and have 2 pieces of the lace, and I thought that was really pretty. This one is just a little belly band that is going over the center so that you can tuck something in, and I did make little pieces of ephemera to put in there in case somebody just wants a book that's ready to go and has little places to write and tuck places. But you know, I always say you can remove those and add your own. So here's a place where I did the double layering instead of the single layering. You can see that the fold down to the fold is not covered, so I put another one on there, and I think that looks really pretty like that. And then I'm just going to continue to put all of my pieces all over the book so that there are places to write, places to tuck things, and then I'll be gluing the little lacy pieces on there. And because I did make the prototype first, I am pretty much going by the prototype because I had already planned all of that out and I didn't want to have to spend a bunch of time thinking on the video. There is some stitching on some pockets and things in the book. That's completely optional. I like the addition of detail that the stitching adds, and I added some like little rickrack and some lace and just things like that just to make it look a little fancier. But like I said, that's just totally optional. This little book looks just as lovely without all of that stuff. I think it's a really neat little piece. I'm going to Paris this summer, and as I make all these things, I just keep wondering, what book am I going to take with me? Because when I travel, I like to keep every little bit of ephemera that I collect. So any ticket stub, like train or subway passes, brochures, anything. I like to keep all that stuff, and then I also like to have places to write. And so I just keep wondering, what is this book that I need to create so I can take it to Paris with me, and then when I come home all I need to do is print out photos and it's ready to go. And my daughter's coming with me as well, and so I assume that this will be something that will be a keepsake for both of us to be able to have and look through. And there's so much that you forget when you're on vacation as you're traveling, and so it's nice to spend an evening each night just like 5 minutes either writing a story or bullet points of what you did, because you do so much on vacation that you end up forgetting so much. Anyway, little tangent there. This one's obviously too small for a whole 2-week trip to Paris, but it could be cute for something like, going over to your dad's for Father's Day and taking pictures and just collecting little memories and moments from the day, or a day at the beach or something like that. So the collection that I'm using, you might have noticed, I'm kind of obsessed with Flea Market lately, from Simple Stories, and I've been using it a lot, and I've been really enjoying the collection. I'm getting close to being done with it though, because I'm running out of papers. So, all good things come to an end, right? But I have some beautiful Prima papers waiting for me to be able to use those too. So I'll be jumping into that very, very soon. All right, so now that I have put all the pages together, the next step is to take this 1x3 piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to mat it with the yellow plaid. I did not end up sewing this particular one. I stitched the other one, and I realized too late that I didn't want to get my sewing machine out on the video and do that. I am creating the folding spots. Gosh, I can't even remember what it's called. The score marks, just by using my scoring tool and going over it. And then I'm just going to bend these over and glue them down. And then the glue side, this side with all the folds and everything, is going to be the side where I glue all of the pages to it. So I'm just going to make sure that it's really tacked down well, so that the book won't come apart because the glue job is faulty, and just making sure to burnish the heck out of it and make sure it's all put together. So the back page, I am folding this page in, and then so I just put it on the edge, fold it over, burnish. The next one, I am actually going to fold it, and I'm going to glue it on top of that other fold piece. Otherwise, you would have a flap sticking out behind. And so I'll just put it right on top of that one, and then I'm going to burnish it down really well and make sure that it's just going to stick very nicely. And then I just continue for the rest of it. So fold it, burnish it, glue it, stick it, and then burnish some more. So just making sure to put it up to the edge of the one right behind it, and it should stick just fine. By the time you get out to the very front one, the front cover, it's also important that you make sure that that one comes up to the front edge, because if there's space for the spine to be sticking out, I don't know why there would be extra room, but just in case that happened, it would be wiser to have a little space inside the book than outside the book, if that makes sense. So I just put it up to the edge and burnish it down. And you could see there was a little bit of that plaid peeking through. So this is what the book looks like when it's bare naked. And now I'm just gonna get ready to do some embellishing. Once again, I am essentially copying the other one. There's our small differences, but for the most part, it will be very similar to the prototype that I made. And so this is the butterfly rosette from Scrap Diva Designs. This will also be linked below in case you're interested in getting one. This is a really pretty little die. And then I'm just making my little embellishment for the front using the same kinds of things. These are little vellum, what's it called? I'm gonna call it paper cuts, paper punches. So these are butterfly punches. And I thought that was so interesting how the wings closed as though it was a real butterfly. But that was just because it got a little bit wet. And then I'm gonna put some diamond dots down the middle for its little body part. And I think they just turn out really, really sweet. So I just love this butterfly rosette with the punches over it. It just seems to be my go-to embellishment lately. And I think it's very sweet. So yeah, I think it's really cute. And then I have some of these gold leaves that I'm gonna use. Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm gonna take care of these edges and make sure that they're popping. And then I'm gonna get my gold leaves out and I'm gonna glue them to the back just so there's a little bit of some dimension to this. This is just some gold leaf trim that I found on Amazon, and I'm cutting it off of the trim piece, and just because I only want the leaves. And then I'm gonna attach those to the back of the little card there, the vintage soul card. And then using hot glue, just because it's fast and easy. don't know about you, but I take forever to figure out where to place things. I try it here, try it there, try it everywhere. It just like never stops. Adding some foam tape just to make it pop out a little bit and make it super cute, and then I'm going to attach it to the cover, and the cover will essentially be done except for having to punch the holes to keep it closed. Yeah, and I mentioned that this would be good for like a Father's Day record keeping thing, but this also makes a really sweet little card for somebody. You know, this would be a good wedding card, an engagement card, you know, where you share memories or pictures or whatever, wishes for somebody else. And so it's just kind of a sweet thing. Using my punch, and I'm going to go ahead and put a rivet in there so that I can end up tying this closed and then putting one on the back for the same purpose. Eventually I'll be threading some ribbon through here, just like you could tie it and hang it somewhere if you wanted, but you know, whatever. So now I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. Like I said, I created some ephemera to pop into these little spots, and then I'm using the stickers provided from the collection. I think these are the cardstock stickers, and just putting like some little pieces in there to make it cute. Make it look like there's really something going on, and you know, it's always good. And then I also used a lot of my tea dyed papers and some of my avocado dyed papers for the purpose of adding to that flea market-y vintage kind of feel that goes with this paper collection. I thought it went together really nicely. The next piece of ephemera is one of my favorites. I love taking colored paper, colored typing paper, and dyeing it with the tea dye stuff. I think it just turns out so cool looking. It looks like you have a special color dye, but all you've done is tea dyed some blue typing paper, and I think it looks really nice. And then of course adding some more stickers and things to make it beautiful and cute. For me, I ordered several kits of this and ended up being able to copy exactly what I did on some pages to the next. So that was nice. And then I did put that little "These are the days" sticker right on the spine. And I thought I could do that on every page, and then I decided not to. But I just thought it was kind of cool that there was just exactly the right space for that. So quick little knot in there, and then threading it through the front, and voila, she is done. Thanks for sticking around, checking the whole thing out, and check out the links below. Have a wonderful day, friends.